Hi everyone, it's Sierra. I'm back with Oggy right here. Today our main focus is gonna be fly spray, desensitizing him to something that is foreign object to these horses. So we're gonna start with our normal groundwork that we've been working on, our space issue, which is right now. So I'm gonna get after it right away like we did the other day. Teach him to move away from us. She's lacking. There we go. We'll just pet him. That's a very good boy. We just want to make sure every time we get him out that he's starting at the same thing. The main thing is that he keeps going backwards, which is definitely not what we want. So I'm going to take him off the lead line, which is hard because the other day he got to hang out with everybody in the arena and learn that he got to hang over their truck, which is great. Katie and them had a great time, but Augie definitely got away with a little bit. So we're going to start with our normal stuff. First, we're going to work on his space issue, which right here, which is just from the other day. And that butt, that's a big problem. So I'm going to get after him right there. Remember the other day when he wanted to turn his butt towards us? That is exactly what he's doing. Being resilient, not wanting to work. Good. I'm just going to let him move around for a little bit until he starts thinking. Awesome. Okay, so then when I want him to stop, I'm not going to let him stop at that gate because that's where he wants to stop. I'm going to work him until I decide to let him stop when he's actually trying. So we're going to ask him over here. Just going to step towards his hind and release that pressure. See if he'll face me. Good. His ear and eye is on me. So he is paying attention to me. He's licking a little bit, which is good. I'll pet him for that. I don't want to back up because that's asking him back into my space. So just reward him a little. Let him rest. That is their reward. Another huge reward for babies is just leaving them alone. Pet him all over. Both sides. Good. All right, now I'm going to ask him to go the other way. So just like you're sending a horse, direct rein, so you're going to try to ask with your hand. Block. There, good. Move him forward. And where I'm standing is behind his drive line. A drive line on a horse is right behind their shoulder, like where you put a cinch on a horse. So you just keep pushing forward. Always walk towards the horse. Don't back up because that's inviting them to run you over. So once again, he's slow enough. I'll just ask. There's a little attitude. It's good. It's feeling fresh. All right, I'll take that pressure away again. Step towards his hind. See if he'll face me. Oh, got a little spooked. I'll get his attention back. Okay, I'm going to ask him over here this time. Good. That's perfect. And he's not stepping towards me. He's just disengaging his hind end to face me. Licking. His attention's on us. Good. So now that he's nice and relaxed, and he's doing great with what we've been asking, I'm going to ask him to disengage. Just through a fill right here. I'm going to step towards his hind. Just like you're on the horse. It might help him just because he's fresh to it. Turn his head in. Just tap. You can use the whip a little bit. There. And then release on that when he's trying to move his hind away from you. That's good. And then same with the other side. This is a lot of stuff that you use when you're riding them. So this is your flexion and your disengage. So I'll keep asking until his fronts stay still and his hinds move away from me. Right there. And he's trying. And he's backing up, which is great because I'm stepping forward towards him. So he's keeping his space really well. That's good. Good boy. I'll just let him relax a little bit because he's trying. He's sighing. Good. Oh, and the flies are making him real itchy. All right, so now we're going to move on to a little bit more of a challenge. Good boy, Oggy. We're going to put our lead line back on him. All right. So I'm just going to send him. Sending is working a horse while keeping their attention. It's pretty much round pinning, but I'm keeping his shoulder up by his head being in towards me and driving him forward at the same time. He's tucking his butt a little bit because he's nervous. But when he pulls his head out, he's not paying attention to me. That's why I drive him forward and pull his head back in. That disengage we worked on, I'll step towards his hinds right here. Good. See how fast he moves them away and he keeps those front feet planted. That's good. That's a very good disengage for sending him, especially because he hasn't done much sending at all. So now we'll go the other way. This is just preparing him for the fly spray so I can help him move his feet to work through it. So I'll bump that head in right there. Bump it in again. Keep that shoulder up, not falling in. Same thing, you drive behind that shoulder. Bump his head in again. There we go. All right, now same thing. I'll take my left hand up the lead line. Bump his head a little bit. Disengage. Perfect. Let him sit still again. Relax. That was really good.
So if you think you want to do something with
good.
Suzanne would love to meet you.
Now that he's trying, it's really good. He's relaxing. He's thinking about what I'm asking. That's why he just moved his feet forward. And I'm just rewarding him by lots of love. All right. So with fly spray, the main thing is you want to keep that pressure on them until they stand still if he's going to move away, because that teaches them that they're doing more work and it's a reward when they stand still. So I'm first going to just pet him with it. You always start at the withers because that's their comfortable spot. That's why we ride at the withers. Just going to pet his whole body with it. Both sides. Let it slosh around a little bit. I don't know if you guys can hear that, but it's just making some noise so he knows kind of what it is. He really needs to start getting fly sprayed, so this is really good for him. So we need to work on it so that he can start getting fly sprayed. So I'm going to spray it. Oh no, he's not even going to move to show you guys how to do it. Good boy. So I'm going to take it away before he decides to run away from it. That was really, really good. It's the same thing. I'll just start with petting him, and then I'll start spraying him. He couldn't be any better at this, actually. So he wants to get a little nervous. I'll just take it away and go back to petting him as a reward with the bottle. So again, I'll spray, get hit under his belly. He's like a pro already. I thought he was going to move so you guys could see how to work them through it. So main thing is if he started running, I just hold him like I was sending him. Same thing. I'll kind of let him move so you guys can see. So direct rein with my right hand. Use the tail to push him forward as an indirect. So if he was to do this while I was trying to fly spray him, you would go up to the horse and pet them until they decide to stop. Go back to spraying them like this. If they decide to run again, you would keep that steady spray on while they walked. Once they stopped, once they realize that they're doing more work, you take that spray away as their reward. But Oggy is already a pro and doesn't mind the spray. And see, he wants to stop as a reward already because he's already figured it out. So I'm going to hang that up. We're going to work on some flexion. And because he's being such a good boy, we'll probably call it a day after that. So this is the main thing of riding horses is flexion. If you have no flexion, you have no control of a horse, correct? So we are going to work on a little bit of his flexion. We're going to work on flexion as you're in the horse's seat. On their back, sorry guys. So just like your reins, you throw this over their back. This is a desensitizing and a flexion. Throw this over the back, leave the tail. Hold your hands like you're on their back. You're going to slide that left hand down, out, and pull their head in. He's going to move his feet until he figures out what I'm asking. But you do not want to let go, and you do not want to pull harder or less. You want to keep that consistent thing until they give. Right there, he gave to me, so I release. You want to be very key on releasing on time. That's a main thing on horses. So instead of walking around with the lead rope, throw it over their head, teaching them a little desensitizing. And then I go around the front of him, move his head across my body. Same thing on this side. I just move it back down to here. These are my reins. Slide my right hand down, out, and around. He's pulling against me a little bit. I'll just hold. He might move his feet to try to figure out what I'm asking. He's still pulling. You can see that with the whites of his eyes. The whites of his eyes should not be showing if he's paying attention to my body. Instead, he's pulling and looking away. I'm not pulling any harder or any less. Just holding my hand steady and moving with his body. The same thing if a horse goes bucking with you or anything. If you have no flexion right here, your horse is just going to pull that rein out of your hand, and that horse has complete control, and that's how a lot of people get hurt. If you have no flexion, you have no control. So he's struggling to figure this side out. This must be a little bit weaker side, which is fine. You can keep that same pull. And just stand here until he gives. You guys will notice when he gives because he'll drop his head probably. And then turn it towards me more to let go of that tension in that halter. So I won't count that because he dropped it and is still pulling. So we'll just hang in here and I'll let you know when I see that. He's thinking about it. There. I don't know if you guys saw that. But he dropped and turned his head towards me. He gave in to that. So we'll go back to the other side. Same thing, I throw it over. I do not bring it over. This is all desensitizing. Rope's going over his head, anything like that on his back. You don't want to be quiet tippy-toeing around a horse. That's why they're nervous out in the woods. Wow, look how good that was. He's moving his feet. I'll just hold it until he quits moving his feet and he does the flexion without his feet. We'll work on moving his feet with it later on. I hope you guys can see this on the camera. If I'm not blocking too much. All right, right there. He gave, completely gave. I'll pet him. My reward for that. That was really good. All right, once again, we'll throw it back over his head. This teaches them to keep their head low. Also, when you're tossing things in front of their face, because you never know when something's going to jump out of nowhere, like fall off of something in their face or anything. It just prepares them for that. He's a really smart horse. He does try really hard. Once he does it once, he does try to figure it out so he doesn't have to get punished. And I stay right like I'm going to be on him. So I stay behind that drive line still right here when I'm asking for this. We'll just wait. It's a little more resilient on this side for sure. We're just waiting for Oggy. He's thinking about it, but once again, those whites of those eyes, I wish you guys could see that, but you're probably a little too far. If your horse's whites are showing, that means there's probably tension. If they're pulling against you, their focus isn't on you, any of that. And right now, his attention is definitely over there, and he wants to nap. So he needs to just focus on what I am asking, so that's why I'm not pulling harder, not pulling less, but I'm just waiting for him to figure it out. Nobody likes to be pulled on the whole time, so he'll figure it out very soon. And it's not a hard pull, you guys. You guys want to let them try to figure it out. He's moving his feet again, thinking that's what we're asking. Just fine. He'll figure it out. Make sure if you're doing this at home, you watch your feet. You don't want them to step on you when they reach around. There, look at that, and he's holding it. So in that case, we are just going to pet him. We're going to leave that alone. That was so great. Just going to pet him. Perfect. We're going to work on backing up because I struggled with that at the gate today. I was getting him out. We need to pull the gate towards us, and he didn't want to back up. And after that, I think Oggy's going to go back to his house. So he is really trying today. He's doing great, and it was very hot. And that was a good walk. So right here, backing up. I'm just going to ask. He's laying on me. I want a nice back up without him pulling on me. He's pulling and pulling and pulling. There. He released, I released. He sighs. That's a good sign. He's sighing. He's trying to figure it out. So I'm going to gently ask again. I do pinky against their halter, thumb down. You hold as close to the halter as you can. You use your elbow to block when they're leaning on you. Great. That was really good. We'll leave that side alone. Walk forward again. Okay, mean business. Awesome. I'm going to go on to this side. Once again, pinky up, thumb down, as close to the halter as you can get. When they're pulling on you, right now he's stuck, bump them with your arm. That's just teaching them to quit leaning on you to get away with it. Good, right there. His head may be high, but we can work on that. That's the least of my worries right now. That disengage again. It's pulling on me. I'm trying to get him turned back around. There. Awesome. That was much better. Okay, I'm going to ask him again. Bump him. Good. And you want to keep your hand down low when you're asking their backup because that will help them learn to back up with their head collected down low. Right now he's dragging his feet. Get some life in him. There. He's actually trying. Now I want him to move forward. He means it. Awesome. Bump him back in. I'm going to bump him with that arm because he's pulling. I don't want him to walk forward. I want him to disengage. So I'm still asking until he gives that try. There. And stays out of my bubble. See how he stepped back? It's good. That's what we want. All right. Once again, this side is definitely harder. Struggling. We're going to ask softly. Always ask nicely first. Good. Look how great that was. Leave that alone. Let's see how he does on this side now. Perfect. Head down. Leans a little bit. Release on that. That was really good. Drive forward. I want to ask quietly and get a lot. You always want to ask the least amount and receive a lot from a horse. He was slacking, so I want to get after him once hard and never have to do that again. So I'll disengage and we'll try it again. This side, holy cow, that disengage was really good. He was really trying. So now I'm going to direct rein him with my left. Drive with the tail. Perfect. Look at that. That was great. He tried. Really tried. I should be able to lift this up and he should try harder. Not even have to flick the tail. He understands what I'm asking. Disengage, step towards that hind, move my right hand down the rope. Good. That's awesome. All right, guys. Well, if you have any questions, go ahead and tell dunrovindays.com and let me know what questions you have. But for now, Oggy did really good. Another good disengage right there. And that's going to be it for today. It's nice and hot, and Oggy needs a break because he did so great. Didn't worry about the fly spray or anything. So you guys hang in there and have a great day. Bye.